Hi, my name is Brendan Hunt, and I'm bipolar 2.
I remember being in the doctor's office, my psychologist who I'd known since I was 11, and he was in the room as well as my mother and father. This was right around the time where I'd had my suicidal ideations and almost took suicidal actions. So I remember sitting in a room having my psychologist tell them this. I've seen my parents cry once or twice in my entire life, but I'd never seen them break down like this.
I've had symptoms my entire life, but it's hard to be 10 and tell your parents that you're depressed or express those kind of feelings in words, so you just do it in actions. I quit baseball, I quit soccer. I was good at them, but I just had this crippling fear that something would happen to me if I did it, or I would let people down or something really irrational, but my brain was thinking it anyway. In high school, I did relatively well. I did really well academically, but mentally I struggled with suicidal ideations and just general depression and loneliness, anxiety.
So I guess when I was the most depressed, I was at the verge of suicide. I had suicidal ideations and I had plans for how I was going to do it. I guess the scariest moment was probably sitting in my closet with a tie around my neck and then thinking about all the people who love and care about me. And then after that, I couldn't do it.
I went into UVA thinking that I was going to be able to do it just like I did high school, go out all the time, drink, still do really well in classes, have lots of friends.
I wanted to be in a frat. I wanted to be one of the cool kids, I guess. I thought I was going to be able to live the way wanted to live, like a normal college student.
And when I got here, I quickly found out that that wasn't the case. I had no structure in my life other than the classes that I really wasn't required to attend. I found myself slipping really fast. And then a few weeks after that, I would just find myself in my bed crying, listening to some stupid sad song about going home. And that's eventually what I had to do.
Being bipolar, the way it's always been described to me by doctors, it's basically just like your whole life is a roller coaster. Some days you're up, some days you're down. I lean more depressed as opposed to hypomanic. Most people describe their hypomania as like the greatest high ever, but when I'm hypomanic, I'm just talkative, very, very irritable. I don't need much sleep. I'm just generally not happy. So when that happens, I have a couple medications. One is Seroquel, which is basically, it's called an atypical antipsychotic. If you take that, you just get knocked out for like 12 hours. I also take Klonopin every night for general anxiety that comes with the depression. And then I take three other medications every morning, which are Lamictal, which is a mood stabilizer, and Prozac and Wellbutrin, which are both antidepressants. I've switched around medications my whole life. Mental illness is still uncharted territory in a lot of senses. There's no cure for any of this. It's all about finding the right cocktail of medications. So I've been back at UVA in some capacity. I've been getting better and better. I think the most important thing, for me at least, and I think for anyone with mental illnesses, is just to talk about it. Talking about it is better than taking any medication or taking any drug to self-medicate. I mean, when you talk about this kind of thing, people listen and they want to understand, but it's really hard because they don't know what's going on in your brain. So the way I describe how I want people to treat other people with mental illnesses, to understand that they'll never understand, but that they still do whatever they can to help. That's the key, is having people there to take the fear away of going in a shower, which seems like it should be the easiest task in the world. But when you wake up depressed, going in a shower feels like climbing Mount Everest. I think the whole world would be a better place if everyone was just honest and told the truth and just explained how they really feel. But I don't know when that day will come, but hopefully the stigma around mental illness will be lessened in the coming years. And I hope my peers who are getting diagnosed at this age have the courage and have the support to be able to reveal their diagnosis to people that they're closest to and the people they love. And hopefully they get a positive response.
It took me a while to come to terms with this diagnosis, and it's impacted my life a lot. It's messed up a lot of things, but it's also made me who I am today. So honestly, there are days where I'm so depressed that I wish I were normal, but without bipolarity, I'm not me. And I don't know, I found that people throughout my life generally like me. So I guess I wouldn't change it even if I could.